She's 91 years old, standing in a thin hospital gown, hands trembling, wrists chained together. Arrested for felony theft. The courtroom fell silent. The judge stared in disbelief. Her name is Helen, and beside her sits George, her 88-year-old husband. They've been married 65 years, a lifetime of love, loss, and quiet devotion. George has severe heart failure. Every morning, Helen helps him take his medicine, the pills that keep his fragile heart beating. But lately, even that routine became impossible. They live on a tiny fixed income, just enough to pay rent and utilities if they skip a few meals. When their supplemental insurance lapsed, they promised each other they'd find a way to make it work. Then came the day that changed everything. Helen walked into the pharmacy just as she had for decades. She smiled at the pharmacist and handed over George's prescription. But when she saw the total, her heart sank. $940, not $50, not even $100, $940 for the medicine that kept her husband alive. Helen's hands shook. She quietly thanked the pharmacist and walked out, empty-handed. For 3 long days, she watched George struggle to breathe. Every gasp tore at her heart. She could barely sleep, barely eat. The man she'd spent her entire life with was slipping away, and she couldn't do a thing. On the 4th day, she went back. Not as a thief, but as a desperate wife. When the pharmacist turned to answer a phone call, Helen slipped the medicine into her purse. She didn't even make it to the door before a security guard stopped her. Police were called. She was handcuffed, her frail hands shaking, tears streaming down her cheeks. At the station, her blood pressure spiked so dangerously high that they rushed her to the hospital. And the next morning, still wearing her hospital gown, she was wheeled into court, chained like a criminal. "I didn't know what else to do," she whispered to the judge. "He's all I have." The judge stared at her for a long moment. Then, with a voice heavy with emotion, he said, "Take those chains off her. This woman is not a criminal. This is a failure of our system." He dismissed all charges immediately and ordered emergency assistance for both Helen and George. But Helen's story isn't just hers. There are thousands of seniors like her, forgotten, struggling, forced to choose between food, rent, and the medicine that keeps them alive. No one should have to suffer like that. If you believe we can do better, for Helen, for George, for every family fighting to survive, share this story. Let people see what compassion looks like. Because sometimes one share can open thousands of eyes and maybe, just maybe, change a life.